Most people think bonsai is about making a tree look small, but formal upright bonsai is the opposite. It is about making a tiny tree feel ancient, powerful, and completely natural. And once you understand the secret behind this style, you will start seeing it everywhere in nature. Walk through a forest after this video, and you will suddenly notice it. Tall pines, straight trunks, calm strength. That is formal upright bonsai. In Japanese, this style is called chokan. It is one of the oldest and most respected bonsai forms because it represents a tree growing in perfect conditions. No wind, no competition, just steady growth toward the sky. The trunk grows completely straight, like a pillar. But here is the interesting part. Even though it looks simple, formal upright is actually one of the hardest bonsai styles to create well, because every mistake shows. If the trunk bends even slightly, the illusion breaks. If the branches are messy, the tree looks confused. Formal upright bonsai is all about discipline and structure. The trunk starts thick at the base and gradually tapers as it rises. This taper is critical because it tells the story of age. Old trees are thick and powerful at the base, but they become lighter and more delicate toward the top. If your trunk stays the same thickness all the way up, it immediately looks artificial. Now look at the branch structure. In a good formal upright bonsai, the first branch appears roughly 1/3 of the way up the trunk. This first branch is usually the strongest and longest. Then the branches alternate from side to side as the tree rises. Each branch becomes slightly shorter than the one below it, creating a triangular silhouette. This shape mimics the way real trees capture sunlight in the wild. And there is another subtle detail many beginners miss. The apex, the very top of the tree, must lean slightly forward. Not backwards, not perfectly straight. Forward. That tiny movement makes the tree feel like it is gently bowing toward the viewer. It gives the tree presence, and presence is everything in bonsai. If you enjoy learning these kinds of details about bonsai design, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week we break down bonsai techniques, tree styles, and beginner-friendly care tips so you can improve your own trees step by step. Now here is something that might surprise you. Many people assume that formal upright bonsai must start with a perfectly straight trunk. But in reality, great formal uprights are usually grown over many years, slowly corrected through pruning and wiring. Even slightly imperfect material can become a beautiful chokan tree if you develop the taper and structure carefully. Patience is the real skill here, and certain species are especially suited to this style. Japanese black pine, juniper, spruce, and larch are classic choices because their natural growth habits already favor strong vertical trunks. That is why many of the most famous bonsai in Japan follow this exact form. They look calm, balanced, timeless, almost like a miniature version of a tree that has stood quietly in a mountain forest for hundreds of years. But here is a question worth thinking about. Is formal upright actually the most natural bonsai style? Or is it the most controlled? Because in the wild, trees rarely grow in perfect conditions. Wind bends them. Snow breaks branches. Animals damage trunks. So when we create a formal upright bonsai, we are not just copying nature, we are showing nature at its most ideal. And that is part of the beauty. Formal upright bonsai is not dramatic. It does not twist or cascade or fight gravity. It simply stands, calm, balanced, confident. And when it is done well, it feels almost effortless. But behind that simplicity is years of careful pruning, wiring, and patient observation. So next time you look at a tall pine tree growing straight into the sky, take a moment. You might be looking at the perfect blueprint for a formal upright bonsai. Small tree, big story, and that is the quiet magic of bonsai.